Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Postgraduate University Briefing Semester 2, 2022-2023 session. Thank you for staying online, and we are going to listen about the library briefing. Let me introduce to you the speaker for this session is Madam Nurulain Binti Ismail, Senior Librarian from UMS Library. Please be invited.
Okay. Baik. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to all of you and welcome to UMS. Thank you, Puan Herlina, for the introduction. And I am Nurul N. Ismail, a senior librarian at UMS Library, and I will represent UMS Library for today's briefing. Before we start, let's take a look on our agenda today. We wait for the slide to be appeared. Wait for a moment. Okay. All right. Today's agenda will be the basic information about UMS Library, such as the location of physical building location and our operational hours. Afterward, I'll share with you the services we provided in UMS Library, such as Research Gateway, Library Research Tool, and the circulation services. And the last one will be the facilities available in the library. Okay, let me start with the location. As we know that UMS located in Kota Kinabalu. Also, we have branches in Labuan and also Sandakan. So in the main campus, we have 3 libraries: UMS Main Library, Medical and Hospital Library, located in the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences. Also, we have mini library we call Engineering Multimedia Library, located at the Faculty of Engineering. Meanwhile, in Labuan, we have Labuan International Campus Library, used by Faculty of International Finance and Faculty of Computing and Informatics. In Sandakan, we have Sandakan Campus Library. The library collection focus on the Faculty of Sustainable Agriculture. Okay, this is our operational hours. We are open daily except for public holidays during the semester term and exam weeks. We are open Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 10:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday also start at 8:30 a.m. but only until 6 p.m. We are open Monday to Saturday during the semester break with different operating hours. We are only available only 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and on Saturday we are open from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. So we are closed on Sundays and public holidays. So next I will share with you how we're starting to get our resources. Okay. I'll start with our library website and how to access to our library website. Okay, you have 2 options. You can go through UMS official website, or you can use Google and search for UMS Library. Okay, on the UMS official website, go to department and you will find library, and which will direct you to the UMS Library website. And as you can see here on the slide, the blue one is the official UMS Library homepage. Okay. Why I emphasize this partly? Because you can get a lot of information about the library from here. Okay. For example, your essential resources are the research tools you can access from the library website. Okay. What we offer? First, we offer a single search portal, or it's a Google-like interface, which we call as UMS at Library Discovery. Okay, you can use this platform to find a variety of collections available in our collection, whether electronic resources or printed materials. Okay, and this feature can be seen on the homepage of our website. And as you can see from the slide, we have various of format of resources, such as electronic resources, include databases, e-journals, e-books, UMSIR, and e-access. Meanwhile, printed materials include books, theses, and printed journal. The second one, we provide you with electronic resources. We currently subscribe to 12 databases and 26 e-journals based on different disciplines and subjects. Where you can download scholarly articles for free, and the resources are reliable and authentic. Okay. From the slide, you can see the 12 databases. The ACM provide you with resources on computing topics. Meanwhile, clinical skills and up-to-date, mainly for health and medical. Emerald will provide financial management resources. IEEE is a powerful engineering, electronic, and computer science resource. LONET provides you with authoritative legal text. And the passport will provide data on the industry and the economy. And also you can read newspapers and magazines from the press reader. ProQuest coverage in the field of education. JSTOR, Science Direct, and Scopus are comprehensive databases covering all science and social sciences disciplines. Additionally, we have 11 ebook platforms such as EBSCOhost, KB, Gale Virtual Reference Library, IG Library, IG Global, Science Direct, Springer, Taylor and Francis, and World Scientific Publishing. And how to access to the electronic resources? You need to log in through UMS e-resources access by using your Sistem Maklumat Pelajar account, username and password. Okay. Then you can access electronic resources from anywhere and anytime if you have already logged in. The third one is UMS Institutional Repository that we call UMSIR. UMSIR is a digital archive that provide access to UMS publications such as theses, newspapers, speech, annual reports, academic exercise, and more. And you also need to log in by using your Sistem Maklumat Pelajar username and password in order to download full text. Otherwise, you can just only can read 24 pages only. The fourth one, we have additional research tools. We have Turnitin. Turnitin is the plagiarism detection tool. So for students, in order to use this Turnitin, you need to enroll by using your class ID and enrollment key given by your lecturer or supervisor. Okay. Then you can use the Turnitin to analyze your writing, research writing. And the second one, we have a reference manager. We have Mendeley. Mendeley is a free application, and it will help you to organize, manage, and format citations for your research. And the third one, we have Bloomberg. We have Bloomberg Terminal. It's a fully integrated solution is a terminal that provide you real-time data on every market news, and we have only one Bloomberg terminal located at the main library. So if you want to use the Bloomberg terminal, you need to come to the library, and it was first come first serve. Okay, next one we will move to the circulation service. The circulation service include loan, return, renew, and reserve. Okay, you can loan or borrow books from the circulation counter. Meanwhile, you can do online through your My UMS Library account or circulation counter to do renewal or reserve. Okay, for renewal, you can do three times. Renew up to 3 times, with the condition the book is not another user does not reserve the books, is not overdue, and has no outstanding fines. Meanwhile, for the book reservation, it is unlimited and applicable for on-loan items only. It means that if you want to borrow the books and you find out that the other user is borrowing the books, so you can make the reservation. Okay. For loan eligibility, we have several collections, and it's different for each category of user. Okay, for general collection, postgraduate student can borrow 30 items for 30 days, and we also have serial collections. Here we refer to the bound journal and current journals, and the bound journals you can borrow for 2 items for 3 days, and current journals 2 items for 2 hours. And also we have multimedia collections like CD, and multimedia collection you can borrow for 40 days and subject to loan quota. And we also have special collection such as Perdana collection and also Nobel laureate, and this one is for in-house reference only. And we have Red Spot collection, and this one you can borrow for 7 days and also subject to loan quota. And the last one we have research collection. You can borrow for 1 item and 2 hours only, and you can borrow for in-house reference only. Okay, so however we have this research collection online, and you can access through UMS Institutional Repository, UMSIR. For overdue fines, basically 50 cents will be charged per item per day. So please bear in mind, do not forget to return the books. Okay. Next is our request collect and go. This is considered our new service established since CMCO 2 years ago. This service which enables you to request book loan online, and library staff will help you find books and prepare them for you. Okay. However, it will be best if you make sure that the books are available in UMS Library by searching on UMS at Library Discovery, as I have mentioned before, because this service only for printed books which are available in our library collection. Apart from that, we have an interlibrary loan service. We will help you to borrow a book or article from another library when the material is unavailable in the library collections. We also can do the inter-campus loan, whereby we can borrow books from any UMS library branch, such as the books located at the Labuan and Sandakan. We can borrow it from you for you, and no hidden cost or no postage fee is involved in this process. So then, I will share with you the library facilities. We have discussion space such as postgraduate research room, a smart classroom, and a collaboration room. And we also have an event space such as an auditorium that can accommodate more or less 200 people in one time. And if you want to use the auditorium, smart classroom, and collaboration room, you need to book through our booking system, library room booking system, LRBS, which you can access on our website. Okay, and then you can use our study rooms such as cubicle, 24-hour study room, and OKU or PW room. And we have also a mini cafe inside the library building and a mini convenience store, Orange, outside the library. And also we provide surau at level 1. Okay. Next will be the regarding on user education program, where you can join our information literacy class. We offered 5 modules. The first one is basic library reference materials. The second one is online public access catalog, OPEC. And the third one, online database. And the fourth one is Mendeley. And the fifth, Turnitin. So you can pick your module based on your needs. Okay. And how to join this class? You can contact us by filling out the online form that you can find on the library website or emailing us at libet@ums.edu.my. And if you are in branches, you don't have to worry because we also have a literacy team at Labuan, Sandakan, and the Faculty of Medicine. And this class also can be conducted online or physically mode. Right, okay, for the comprehensive information such as rules and regulations and more, we provide you with our library guide. So you can scan the QR code on the slide, or this guide you can also refer at the UMS library website, okay? And lastly, this is our UMS Library official social media that you can like, follow and subscribe to get the latest information on our services and activities. And as you can see here, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Telegram, and WhatsApp. And we also have the new one. We have TikTok. So you can find our TikTok. And not to forget, please save our WhatsApp number 088 320 232. So then you can quickly contact us if you have any questions on library. Okay, seems that this session has come to an end. Before I end my session, ladies and gentlemen, please stay with me for 3 more minutes. I present to you our short video that can summarize my sharing today. And do come to the library. We are delighted to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Nurul Ain, for the briefing. Before we proceed further, let's take a 10 minutes break for the preparation first. Please stay online and we see you in a while. Thank you so much. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are ready for the next briefing. The next topic will be about the publication matters, which is also a very important topic to cover as a postgraduate student in UMS. Hence, I would like to invite the Deputy Director of UMS Press, Dr. Yasmin Oi Beng Hui, to deliver her briefing about the University Press and their services. Everyone, please welcome Dr. Yasmin.
Thank you, Herlina. Good afternoon, everyone. So today I will share with you some slides, and I have made them available to the Secretariat, and they can give them to you later. So can we have the slides, please? Thank you. So this presentation, this briefing will be conducted in the English language. However, if you have any questions, you can ask in the Malay language, and I know my colleagues here will monitor the comments section if there are any questions. And at the end of this briefing, there will be a list of emails which you can contact if you have questions after this briefing. Okay, let's begin. So to introduce, we would like to introduce you to this work of publishing. And when you talk about publishing, you will remember there will be books publication as well as journal articles publication. Now, the first thing that you might ask is, which one should I focus on? As a postgraduate student, you should know that you have to publish journal articles in order for you to graduate. But at the same time, journal articles are read by people in your area of interest. Meaning, in other words, journal articles are read by a small group of people. So if you like to share your work with a wider audience, then you would be thinking about publishing books, because books are read by more people. Now, of course, the language that you use to write a journal article would be more scholastic, or rather we would say that would be academic writing style or scientific writing style. Versus books, depending on what type of books, which I will share with you later, there will be more popular writing style if you are targeting your books for a general audience readership. There are there are books that are produced from research, what we call monographs. So if you would like to know the nitty-gritty details, the step-by-step on how to publish a journal article, how to publish a monograph, how to publish a general book, I think you could discuss this further with your respective supervisors. At the same time, as I said, at the end of this briefing, 20 minutes or so, I will give you a list of emails, and my email will also be there, and you can contact us. The second purpose I wish to achieve today is to help you avoid the pitfalls of working with predatory and vanity publishers. Now, what are those? So predatory publishers are those that charge you a lot of money, and at the same time, the publishing process is not acceptable by peers in the community. If you were to have an allegory, I would say publishing in predatory journals would be you trying to buy fake products. They look and probably have the brand of an established product, but they are not the legitimate product. Okay, that's one way to look at it. Vanity publishers are the ones that take your money, and then they might or might not produce any publication out of that, but the quality of that publication is not acceptable by peers. So rest assured, UMS Press is not a predatory and is not a vanity publisher. Okay. So what is the content of the talk? A brief introduction to what we do, and a brief introduction to academic publication policy of the university. And we'll share with you some of our achievements. And I will also give you a very brief overview of how to publish books and journal articles with us. We are the publishing arm of the university, and I'll try to adjust. And Helena, perhaps you could give me a cue if I have 5 minutes left, and I will stop there. So to give room, if anyone has a burning question to ask, please help me to keep time. Thank you. So introduction, the UMS Press is almost as old as the university. We started as a unit in 1998, and today in Malay we call ourselves Penerbit UMS. In English, it's UMS Press. So this is our academic publication policy. It's a document which you can find online, but I don't think you would want to read that document now. I think your priority should be on publishing, and we will guide you through how to publish. So this is it's like trying to live in Malaysia. You probably would not want to read all the laws in the country page by page, but you'd like to live as a good citizen in Malaysia or in your respective country where you come from. Okay, so that's the allegory. Why publish? So we did this exercise with our colleagues in Hospital University Malaysia Sabah, and as you know, this word diagram, the larger the size, the larger the font size, more people thought it's more important. So you could see increasing or giving knowledge, sharing information, one of the things that are picked up by most of our colleagues. So what are our objectives? So we would like to guide the university staff as well as yourself, postgraduate students, on academic publication policy. And we also ensure all works relating to publication adheres to established rules, to ensure all sales and distribution of books adhere to correct procedures by university regulations, to monitor the quality of academic publication, and to ensure UMS staff publishing with UMS Press receives appropriate encouragement by way of royalty. A little bit of that towards the end of this briefing. Now, into the future, I won't go through item by item, but I'd like to draw your attention to number 4 here, to publish thesis to books. This is what we call the lowest hanging fruit for you. If you want to publish a book, you are postgraduate students, your thesis can be turned into a book. So we run workshops such as this. Associate Professor Dr. Rusfa Hashim is the director of our brother press, the International Islamic University Press. So your thesis can be turned into a book. Of course, you have to rearrange the chapters so that it doesn't look like a thesis, and you have to perhaps reword the way you present your work so that it reads like a book and not like a thesis. Okay, so we publish in both English and Malay. We can publish in other languages, but we will consider that on a case-by-case basis. So these are some of the suggested titles and target buyers or readers. You can go through them in detail in your own time. I will go fast forward the slides. So these are some of more suggested titles. Okay, these are our niche areas. What are niche areas? Meaning to say, we believe that we publish very good works in these areas. Why? Because University Malaysia Sabah has the expertise, has the academics whose expertise are in these areas. Okay, and for example, if you pick bullet point number 2 from the bottom, ESCOM, S-Zone, these are issues which are specific to this part of the world, and our academics in our faculties are recognized experts in these areas. So more suggested titles. You might be interested to know that we also publish children's books, because we believe that we need to disseminate information from a young age. So of course it's child appropriate with lots of illustrations. So if you drop by at our bookstore, you can have a look at some of the samples. So how to publish with us? So this is the workflow. Again, I don't think you will be expected to absorb the workflow of how to publish a book in 20 minutes. But what I'd like to achieve with you is share with you that there is a certain way to publish a book. And you can have this set of slides for your reference later. Okay, so I'd like to draw you to the red colored bar there, reviewed by expert reviewers. All our books are reviewed. That is why we are not vanity publishers, we are not predatory publishers, we are recognized as academic publishers. UMS Press is a member of the Malaysian Scholarly Publishing Council. So all our works, before it hits the market, before we even print them, we are advised by 2 independent reviewers, okay? And of course, after the review process, the authors are expected to make the necessary improvements, followed by the editorial process, followed by printing, and finally, you see your book published. So this is the entire editorial process in summary. I won't go through each and every one of them. You will have the PDF of the slides. If you ever need language assistance, unfortunately, we are very stretched. We cannot provide you with language assistance, but there is, number 1 there, Unit Terjemahan UMS, or the translation unit of UMS. So if you want to write your thesis in the English language and you find that you need a grammar check, then they might be able to provide those services. So I'd like to share with you a little bit about publication costs and payments, yeah? This is books. So these rates are estimates. For example, editorial services will be about 1,000 ringgit. 1,000 ringgit is about $250 just to give you, if you're an international student, just to give you a rough idea of how much that would be. Then you have other rates for other levels of editing. So the question is, do you have to pay this amount of money to publish with us? No, all of you can work with your supervisors, and we, in most circumstances, will be able to fund, UMS Press will be able to fund the cost of all these, okay? So I did mention about motivation. So what do you think motivates most people? Money, of course. So we will give monetary rewards for people who publish academic books with us. And how much that would be? It's 1,000 ringgit per book and 15% of sales. We are also online. You can find us on Shopee, on Lazada, and on Site Giant. So you can see, and on UMS online bookstore, okay? This is a screenshot of the book manuscript submission process, okay? So enough about books. Let's spend some time to talk about journal article publication, okay? I'm very happy to share with you that UMS registered journals with MySite indexing as of 2020. There are 10 journals published by UMS Press with MySite indexing. Now, indexing is very important because as you go through your journey as a postgraduate student, you'd hear this more and more often. You need to publish in a Scopus Index journal, in a WOS Index journal, in MySite Indexed journal. So MySite is Malaysia's national indexing. Scopus is owned by Scopus, of course. WOS, Web of Science, is owned by Elsevier. These are international indexes. There are many other indexes in your respective fields. Okay, so these are the 10 titles 10 journals that are indexed in the Malaysian National Index. So these are the whole list of journals published by UMS Press. As the name suggests, when you read them, you will know what area of interest they are, okay? So now I did mention Scopus. This is the international Scopus. Here, when you get your PDF, you can see there's a link there. This is maintained by the Malaysian Higher Education. This is the most recently available, okay? So today is 2023. The most recently available data would be 2022. And at the bottom of the screen is a snapshot of how the PDF online looks like. You can go and find out which one is it, okay? So I'd like to spend some time sharing with you some of our achievements, our more recent achievements. So UMS books have been bought. Our tracking goes back to 2019. Wherever you see the UMS logo, we have had customers purchasing our books from, okay? So this is our physical bookstore. It is in the Student Affairs Department's one-stop center. In Malay, it's called Anjung Siswa. It's near the UMS library and the main UMS roundabout. This is where our office, this is the library building. We are inside the library on the ground floor. This is our website. You can find a catalog, our catalog of books there. Oh, okay. Now, I did put this in red because I would like to remind you about copyright protection and enforcement. If you publish with us, we enforce our copyright very vigorously. What do we mean by copyright infringement? For example, if a graphic, a picture, or a graph appears in our book, and somebody uses that without giving us due credit, let me unpick this. If you are citing this in your thesis or in your journal article, merely citing it using APA style, using Vancouver style, using Chicago style, whatever style of citation, that is fine. You are safe from being accused of plagiarism. But if you were to use those graphic, those texts, those passages, those graphs in a book that you are going to publish, and with whichever publisher, ourselves included, and if you did not get permission to use that, but you use them nevertheless, then you will be committing copyright infringement. Permission might be given for free, or permission might be given with a cost, and that depends on negotiation. So you can write into the publisher and request for use if you want to use those materials in your next book. But if you were to cite them, that means you're not using, but you're mentioning, referencing them in your journal article, in your thesis, that is fine. Okay? So if you have more questions, you're welcome to ask me later. So as I promised, this is a list of our directory. The director is Associate Professor Dr. Kenneth Teo. He also comes from the Faculty of Engineering, and myself, I'm the Deputy Director. I come from the Faculty of Food Science and Nutrition, and we have 3 colleagues here. Our Deputy Head of Publication Officer, Ms. Ainun Jamil. Then there are 2 senior publication officers, Ms. Lindsay and Mr. Anicius, and our assistant registrar, who's also our head of administration, is Mr. Elvin, and their respective emails are there. So some of our awards. So we won last year the National Book Award for the best sustainable environment book, and this is we also won a second award for the best general book. The first one you can read the title in English. The second one, the title is in Malay. Essentially, I'll translate for our international students. It is about the move of the Indonesian capital to Kalimantan and its implication on the state of Sabah. We are in the state of Sabah, Malaysia. Okay. So thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, my colleagues can read out your comments, and I'll be very happy to answer your questions. I think I'll hand back over to Helena.
Thank you so much for that informative sharing, Dr. Yasmin. Before we move on to the next briefing, let's take 10 minutes break again for refreshment, and we'll be right back And please stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, hi and welcome back. Let's hear the next briefing from the Center for Instrumentation and Science Services, or PIPS, delivered by the Director of PIPS, Associate Professor Dr. Lomi, alias Nomi Surugao. Let's welcome Dr. Lomi.
Thank you very much for the nice welcome. Hello, everyone. Salam sejahtera. I'm Naomi. I am the director for Center for Instrumentation and Science Services at UMS, or in short, it PIPS. Yeah. Shall I start?
Yes.
Okay, so this afternoon I'd like to introduce PIPS as what services, what science services that we do. This is a center dedicated for running a centralized lab where we integrate many instruments and well, basically we do we offer science services, which is analysis of samples from internal customer and as well for external customer. And as a new postgraduate, I'm sure you will be coming to us a lot of time. So let me start with introducing us. Okay, so yep. So who are we? These are my team. We are about 13 now, where 6 of us are the technicians, who is the main runners for the central lab, and also there are officers who is assisting us in the management. So yes, PIP is a centralized science lab, which is equipped with high-end instruments and also intermediate technology. Intermediate instruments, which are basically dedicated for sample preparation, like that. And we would like to put forward that this is a dedicated lab for, especially for advanced research and innovation. And we provide analytical services, basically analyzing samples, doing all sort of characterization for UMS researchers, including postgraduates, and also for external customers like from the industry and also from the government industry. So in my presentation, I'll just introduce the packages of instruments based on functions, which I'm sure most of you are familiar about. So if we divide this instrumentation into 4 or 5 group of instrument based on function, basically it is okay, if you're interested in chemical structures characterization, say if you want to know the groups, maybe the individual compounds or their structures, their molecular weight, and to confirm the presence of certain compound of interest. These are the list of instruments that basically we use. So I'm sure you're familiar with this. It's for instance, molecular structure analysis. You could use NMR and a lot of the chromatographic instruments. If you're interested in functional groups and chemical bonds, and we have the FTIR, we have the 2D, FTIR at PIPS. And if you're interested in analyzing or just qualitatively going through some mineral content in some of your samples in materials, we have a very powerful XRD there. We even have XRD stand for X-ray diffractometer. We have the XR fluorescent as well, which is located at the Faculty of Science and Natural Resources. And the other spectrometers, which is the ultraviolet and visibles, and also the chromatography. The liquid and the gases, both are with the mass spec and without the mass spec. So if you're interested, I think normally organic chemistry and all the biotech and food are interested in this. And yeah, this is specifically for those who are going to do a lot of discovery, life sciences and natural products. Those instruments that listed just now also, be useful in that. Say you're interested in volatile and non-volatile sample analysis. All sort of compound, biochemical and organic and inorganic compounds. Also, included in this group of function, and those that doing drug discovery, Yeah, drug discovery, for instance, you have a very interesting samples, probably from our rich forests. Sabah is very rich in biodiversity, and based on traditional knowledge or ethnobotanists, and you want to do a further analysis, further checking into that, maybe the function and all the assaying and all the isolation of compound. These are quite useful. And of course, NMR is in there too. And food, and also for those who are would like to check the color and food constituents, these are the list of instruments. We have this in PIPS. Now, if you are interested in the elemental and surface analysis, these are for those who are doing catalysis or doing all the inorganic advanced materials and all this interesting research that is quite booming at the moment. We have a list of this. We have the XRD again, yeah, and the XPS, the X-ray photoelectron spectrometer, which is very powerful in this inorganic material analysis. We also have this a scanning electron microscope, and this is a field emission, yeah, EDX FASM. EDX, we also have this in FIPS, quite popular among postgraduate students. And recently we acquired for the adsorption analyzer, we call it BET analyzer. We have the triplex, which you could do surface and pore sizing and all this chemisorption sort of analysis. Yeah. And also, if you're interested in a quantitative for a very, very low concentration of normally heavy metals such as arsenic and lead and all this, we have the ICP-MS, yeah, inductively coupled plasma. And these are very powerful in the range of part per trillions, yep. We have that, and produce the slightly higher concentration. We have the atomic absorption spectrometer. It is a FLAM FAS, and also all sort of elements. Yeah, elemental analyzer. We have the CHNS, the type of macro elemental analyzer, and we have that as well. Okay, so for those people who are interested in microimaging, we have a very powerful FASM again, yeah, the scanning electron microscope. We have atomic force microscope as well, AFM. And also we have, for those in the biological side, looking for viruses and all sort of things, we have the transmission electron microscope, TEM. This is located at the Biotechnology Research Institute. And for those who are dedicated in the scope of food analysis, say you're looking for protein content and fat content and all the nutrients, like fibers and vitamins and all the mineral content, we have a set of Caldal set, yeah, for the nitrogen, which is then recalculated as protein content, yeah, Caldal, a complete set of them. The fat extraction as well, and the whole set, and fiber analyzer. This is an auto, which is very fast compared to the conventional titration method. And of course, for those organic compounds, so we have the chromatography, the HPLC, and also the LCMS, and the mineral that is very low, such as selenium and phosphorus, for instance, the very, very low concentration. We have ICP-MS, again, I mentioned that already. Well, we have other services as well. If you are looking for clean labs, microbiology labs, we have 3 dedicated microbiology lab at PIPS, which is dedicated for animal assay, bacteria assay, and fungi assays. And these are especially for those who have a very dedicated research in biomedical related or microbiological related study. So you want to keep your chambers, not not mix up with the other work by other students and all. You can book this, yeah. You can book this lab or the chambers just for yourself, yeah, until you finish your essaying or your research. And also, if you're interested in other things, yeah, we have all a different instrument as well, like centrifuges, freeze dryers, and all these. Especially for sample preparation, like rotary evaporators, all different centrifuges, which I think we have a minus 80 degrees, yeah. We have bioreactors as well. If you're interested in what are the least in particular, you please check website, our website, and also you can check on us as well. Yeah, we have contact numbers in our website. Yep, and you can contact me personally if you are not sure about what instrument that you're going to use, and we try to sort of figure out what you need for. And of course, this come with some financial financial yeah, in return, because these are quite high technology and we need to maintain it, and we need to of course we have to purchase all the consumable like gases and all the solvents and stuff like that. We have to yeah, so there is a charge, there's a rate for students and also for yeah, for external customer. On this part, you are going to talk to your supervisors. I'm sure they have a research grant who will, you know, they will cover your analysis fees. Okay. So further information, go to our website or contact us. Contact me personally. Thank you. I think that's all for me. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for the sharing, Dr. Naomi. We are almost reaching at the end of the session for today's agenda, but we still have another two interesting topics, which is pretty much trending, and you need to always keep it up to date with it. Before we continue, please take a 10 minutes break for the preparation, and please stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are still with me for our next briefing that is also quite important, which is about the Sistem Maklumat Pelajar Bersepadu or Integrated Student Information System. In short, we call it SMPB. I'm also hoping that you still remember your SMPB user ID and of course the password for you to log into the system. Without further ado, let us welcome Mr. Paris Peter to talk about the system. Over to you, Mr. Paris.
All right. Very good afternoon to all of you who is viewing this live today. So, without further ado, let us start with uh, the talk today. For those of you who have your computer or maybe another extra mobile phone in front of you, we can do this together during this live session. So let us start with opening your web browser. It can be Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, or maybe Safari. If you have other Google or maybe browser, you can just simply use that browser and open the google.com menu or search engine, as you can see in the screen here. All right. So from the Google search engine, as you can see here, I hope you can see, just search for Pasca UMS. Pasca UMS, as you can see here. Now it will lead you to the result of the search engine, where you can go to the Center for Postgraduate Studies, UMS. Click on that. It will guide you to our portal, as you can see here. So this is our portal for Center for Postgraduate Studies portal. This portal are actually mainly for student who is taking research mode. I'm sure there is another site where you can go for coursework website, which is for those who are taking coursework. So this is more or less the same as well. So as you can see here, there are a few menus above here. If you are in a mobile device, it should the menu should appear as a 3 dot on the far right side of your device. So as you can see here, the first menu, as you can see, is the home menu. You can see the announcement or the highlight of what is going on currently, and the announcement, especially the announcement that you can see here, our hotline. Below is the news, where we will be announcing new updates on what kind of transaction, or maybe there is some talk, or as you can see here, as a payment method, you can see a lot of options here as well. So without I think it's quite straightforward actually. During the time you were going through your registration last Saturday, when you were at the counter number 3, as you realize most of the staff have invited you to join our Telegram. As you can see here, you can follow us through Telegram as well. There is a link for you to join our Telegram here, and also we also have our Facebook group. I'm sure most of you have already joined the Telegram and the Facebook group, but for those of you who have not joined, I hope all of you can also proceed by joining the Facebook group and the Telegram. So about us, from the menu of this portal, you can see the vision, campus plan, contact us, and about our CPS top management and administration. It is pretty much straightforward. You can see the program offered. These are for those students who yet to apply to further study in UMS. So I just go through the current student column here. Here you can see the academic calendar. Academic calendar has been updated recently, which we added the current semester and the next semester so that you may not miss any important dates that have been posted here. We also posted the schedule for coursework program as well, so you can refer the coursework program as you can see on your screen here. Alright, be sure to save this page, or be sure to save this link to always be up to date on what is going on, especially the current student online registration, the extension of study if you may need to extend, late registration so that you may not miss your registration during the registration week, because if you miss the registration date, there will be a penalty of about RM 200 that will be imposed. So let's go on to the other menu. The other menu you can see here is the student portal, which is the highlight of this talk today. But before we go there, I want to go through some of the other menu as well. As you can see here, these are pretty much straightforward. I am sure you can go through the menu here one by one. So I'm just going to go to the second last or the third last menu, as you can see here, which is the download menu. So in this menu, you can see various forms that you can download as a current student or during your Viva, and you can also find a regulation guide or others here. Methodology course, this one I'm sure the course that you attended earlier in the morning, since in the morning, are pretty much more updated than this one. This was updated previously, and there is a workshop, seminar, PDF slide, you can see here. But what I want to focus is the current student form here. So what we have here are the forms. The first one is the application for changing mode of study, mode of registration, language to write thesis or thesis title. But this form might not be valid anymore, because you can now apply this application through the SMP, and I will guide you through that menu after this. Next, there are some students who have registered earlier last Saturday. They've come to us to ask about the deferment of their registration for this semester. So for those of you who have plans to defer your registration or for your semester this semester, application of deferment of study here is the form that you may need to fill. Alright. Now I mentioned this because there are quite a few of you have already came to the office and asked about the deferment. So this is the form that you need to fill in if you were to defer your registration. Okay, so let's go to the SMP without further ado. If you were to go to the SMP, go to the current student menu and choose the student portal menu here. So it will guide you to the SMP menu. Make sure it's a blue one here, as you can see here, and be aware of the news that is posted here. These news are actually quite updated also. It will highlight on whatever option or whatever announcement that we may want to give to the students. So let's log into the menu, but there are two options on the far left side of the screen. As you can see here, the first one is log in, and the second one is forgot password. Now For those of you who have already forgotten your password, if you've changed your password before, I don't recommend you to use this menu here, but instead I would strongly suggest to you to refer to this small guy at the bottom right of the corner, as you can see here. If you forgot your password, you can reset your password by using this little icon down here, which we call Kukuro web chat. So if you were to reset your password, make sure to not use this forgot password menu on the left side of the screen, but instead use this Kukuro icon here and just say you forgot your password and you want to reset your password. For example, let me show here, forgot password, and they will prompt auto feedback for you to respond. As you can see here, just follow the instruction that is given here, and it will assist you to reset your password. All right, so log in. Let's log in. Make sure to click the login menu, and you will see there are like about 5 options here. Just choose the student option, and the user ID should be your student number. Your password, your default password that has been set after you've completed your e-registration, should be your IC or passport number. So let's log in. As for my case here, I'll borrow our friend's account. Key in your student number like so, and your password should be your IC number. And click login. Now, if you've logged in to the SMP for your first time, you will have this kind of consent and agreement letter or a notice. So make sure to go through the notice one by one and make sure to read it carefully. And I hope it is pretty much straightforward for you to understand. And once you've done reading it, just tick on the I agree with this consent form and click agree. Once that is done, it will guide you to the other menu, which is the actual menu that you should see as it is shown here. So on the left side of the screen should be your main menu, which you can see various menu that has been shown here. So the first one is your personal detail menu. When you click it, it will have about 6 sub-menu that you can choose on. The first sub-menu is the update personal information, where you may need to update your information such as your phone number, your updated mobile number, or maybe your email. I'm not going to press this menu here because I wanted to protect our friends' private details that were kept here. So we just go on to the next menu, which is to extend study application. As I mentioned earlier, in the menu of the download section from the web, from the official website, there is a form to extend study there. You may not I may not advise you to use that form anymore, since we already put a menu to extend your study in this SMP section here. So you can just apply to extend your study if, let's say, you have already exceeded your allowed semester. So if you were to extend, hopefully not. So you can just simply extend your study here. The next menu is the vaccination information. You may need to key in, or maybe you may need to update us on your vaccination status, your COVID vaccination status. The next one, as I mentioned earlier also, from the download menu, you can change your thesis language, type of registration, or your research title here as well. These are the menu that you may need to fill in instead of downloading the form that I've shown earlier from the website. So yes, you can apply through this menu. There is a user manual if you don't really understand how to go through this menu. There is a user manual here that you can refer to. It will show you on how to proceed with the menu of the application as it shown here. All right. Okay. So the next one, consent on kad prihatin siswa. I hope all of you can update your information that has been registered on this menu. So make sure to go through this menu and update your information. Check your details if it is correct or not. If it is not correct, there should be contact information below this menu, which you can contact if you were to update your information there as well. Alright, so let's go to the hostel management. Hostel management is the menu is actually not a menu for you to register for hostel, but it is actually for you, or for those of you who must let us know to let us know if you are a resident or a non-resident student. Okay. Next is the welfare. Welfare here is to apply for a guarantee letter. If you were to apply for a guarantee letter under UMS, you can apply it here. Next menu, convocation. This menu is not active anymore, so they will be removing this menu. So just ignore this menu. Marks and result. Marks and result are mainly a menu for those students who are taking coursework program. So for those of you who are taking coursework program, you can check on your result here under this menu, or you can also print out your examination slip here as well. Okay. Next, finance menu, where you can check on the updated fee or payment that you have made here, and make sure that the details have already been updated, because sometimes every earlier of the semester when you were to register, after you make some payment to the bursa, sometimes the payment might need time to be updated into the system. So make sure every early of the semester, or maybe every time you make payment to the bursa, you must always check on this menu to make sure that your payment or the updated fee that you should be paying for the semester is always updated. All right, because there are some cases that student overpaid, so you might need to request for a refund, but you don't know what's the amount of the amount of payment that you have made, which is overpaid. So you can check on the amount under the student ledger information. Okay, so next is the cost menu here. This menu is actually one of the most important menu, especially for those students who is taking coursework and research program, because this menu for those students who need to add your semester or add your subject if you are a coursework student. For example, our friend here, okay, as you can see here, our friend here has already been registered for this current semester, which is semester 1 for Masters by Research student. If you are a coursework student, after the faculty have already offered the subject that you should take for this current semester, those subjects should appear on the left side of the screen, as you can see here, the list of offered subject. So you can add those subject, or maybe you can drop the subject that you want according to the semester that you are partaking in. Okay, so as for our friend here, semester 1 has already been added. So if you are among those students who is watching this course, methodology course, you should be able to add the number 3 option here. Okay, just click add and it will say subject is successfully registered. If you were to get this slip of registration, say that you are offered a scholarship, or maybe there is a department that might need your registration slip, you can print your registration slip by clicking on this green button here. Okay, all right, so next, academic progress report is a menu for student that is taking coursework program. For those of you who is taking research program, just ignore this menu. Okay, next is a utility menu. So this menu, because some of you have not completed your e-registration during the time you've made payment, and when you came to the office, or when you came to the auditorium on Saturday during your registration, because we noticed some of you have already fully registered but have not fully uploaded your photo in the SMP. So this menu here is a menu for you to upload your photo in order for you to fully complete your registration, your e-registration, which we actually need you to upload your photo. So make sure, for those of you who have not uploaded your photo, go to this menu and upload your photo. Alright, next, zakat. Zakat is for those people who wants to check on your zakat status. You can go to this menu, course evaluation, and the next one is the postgraduate research progress report menu. So for those who are taking research program, this menu is also the most important menu for you, especially those who are taking research program, because this menu is the menu that you may need to go or to fill in your progress every end of the semester. So be sure to refer to the schedule in the portal. Let's go to the portal again, or here. So this portal here shows you when should you fill in your progress report. So for those of you who have just registered, or for the current student who are still active, be sure to fill in your progress report according to the schedule as shown here. So it should be around the 5th of June, and normally it will take about a month for you to fill in. So I hope most of you will be able to fill in your progress report during the time period that has been given, and not on the final date of the time period that have been given here, because most of the cases before, most of the students prefer to fill in the progress report at the very end of the date that has been given, which is not actually recommended. So Again, we hope that you can fill in your progress report during the time period given to avoid any issue. Okay? So, fill in your progress report. Next, the progress report result. Progress report result, you can print in the result once your supervisor has completed the progress report on their side. Now, why is it important for you to print out your progress report result? Well, mainly this menu is actually a menu for those who are taking, again, scholarship to show what are their progress on the semester. It's either the supervisor allow you to continue your study or not. So you can see the result from this menu here. Campus entry, as you can see here, this menu may no longer be valid anymore, and we might need to remove this menu as the convocation menu shown here as soon as possible. So just ignore these two menus here, convocation menu and campus entry, and the rest should be good. Okay, so the first time you have logged in, as you know that the default username is your student number and the default password is your IC number. If you were to change your password, you can change your password through the profile menu here, or if you were to know more about the option that has been given here, you can check on the user manual. But if you have questions, or maybe if you have other difficulties that you face, you can always contact us through the care line that is shown here, the Facebook, especially Facebook, or you can simply WhatsApp us through the care line. As you can see here, our hotline is actually our WhatsApp number as well, so you can also WhatsApp us through the number that is shown here. All right, so I think that's all for the SMP side of the menu. If you were to know more about any further announcement or further information, such as seminar, or maybe there's a invitation to join a course that is organized by other universities as well, you can refer to the Facebook group that we have here. Be sure to join this Facebook group, because this group shares a lot of valuable information, as you can see here. So we hope that you can join us here on Facebook, because we always update the announcement here, and we strictly don't allow any advertisement from outside. So don't worry, because any information that has been given here are actually those information that is beneficial for all our students. All right, so again, if you have further question, don't forget to just directly message us here on Facebook group, or you can go through the WhatsApp that I've shown earlier. Okay, I think that's all from me. Hope to see you guys on Facebook, and let us know if there is anything that we can help. Thank you for your cooperation, and thank you for your attention. All right.
That's a very interesting talk, Mr. Perez. Thank you very much for sharing with us. Soon it will be our last briefing for today, but let's take another 5 minutes break for the final preparation. Thank you. Welcome back to the last session of the event, which is about the Postgraduate Student Association, PSA. The role of student association is very essential, and it is part of the university experience to give you a sense of belonging, creating connections, build relationships, and expand the skills beyond the classroom. Therefore, let's invite the representative from PSA to share with us about the UMS Postgraduate Student Association roles and activities. Please welcome Miss Carla and Miss Diana.
Thank you, Madam Merlina, for the introduction. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carla Gonçalves de Oliveira Sarmento. I'm the president for PSA, and with my partner, Miss Diana.
Hello, my name is Miss Diana. I'm the secretary PSA 2022.
So I would like to congratulate to all postgraduate students for this year. So today I'm going to present about the Postgraduate Student Association. Postgraduate Student Association PSA is a student representative body for postgraduate students of University Malaysia Sabah, advised by Center for Postgraduate Studies CPS, and our vision is to enhancing the student learning environment, expanding the standard of research done by postgraduate students in UMS. Our mission and objective is to develop skill, knowledge, and experience among postgraduate students, and to ensure all of our voice to be heard, and to develop a good networking as well as sharing research and academic culture among postgraduate students. We have two types of activities program organized by CPS and PSA. The first is academic programs by CPS, and the second one is non-academic programs by PSA. PSA organization charts for 2022. Our patron is Professor Dr. Sita Sapawi, Dean of Center for Postgraduate Studies. And our advisor one, Dr. Azizi alias Azizi Abdul Adis, Deputy Dean Student Affairs Center for Postgraduate Studies. And our advisor two, Mr. Jaidi alias Muhammad Jaidi bin Adilai, Head of Administration Center for Postgraduate Studies. And our coordinator, Madam Ailina Jampadin, Assistant Register Student Affairs, Center for Postgraduate Studies. And our assistant coordinator, Ms. Alicia Johannes Bianis, Admin Assistant Student Affairs for Centers for Postgraduate Studies. And me as the president, Carla Gonçalves de Oliveira Sarmento. Currently, I'm doing a PhD in chemical engineering. I'm as an international student from Timor-Leste. And my friend, Vice President Pak Tarifin bin Hustin, Doctor of Philosophy, Creative Arts from Sempurna. And our secretary, Diana Binti Hassan, Doctor of Philosophy, Mathematics with Economics from Sandakan. And our treasurer, Felicia Poas Yuchin, Doctor of Philosophy, Sports Science from Muka Sarawak. And our EXCO Publicity, Nazlin Lydia, Master of Finance, International Finance from Kota Kinabalu. And our EXCO of Entrepreneurship and Culture, Ms. Nur Sabrina Binti Japar, Doctor of Philosophy, Human Resource Economic from Beluran, Sabah. And our EXCO of Student Volunteerism and Community Service, Wan Yungki, Master of Science, Advancement of Biodiversity from China. And our EXCO of Student Welfare, Wan Hayati Husna Binti Wang Nur Asma, Master of Science Sustainable Agriculture from Betong Pahan. And for our PSC activities, I will pass to Ms. Diana. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue for the past activities had been organized by PSA. As we can see from here, we start from 2020. PSA successfully organized 4 program started with the Camp Kepimpinan dan Wajah Diri PSA at Kundasang. Then we proceed with the program Kasih Pasca COVID-19 2020. Which is PSA member collect donation from publics, then buy belongings such as hand sanitizer, mask and COVID-19 test kit to distribute to several open around Kota Kinabalu. Okay, as we can see from here, this is the Camp Kepimpinan and Wajah Diri at Kundasang. Next, the program Kasih Pasca COVID 2020 at Rumah Anak Yatim and Asakina. And PSA also organized sports. This is a competition paintball on 2020. Next, we go to the retreat PSA Norma Baharu 1.0. Okay, then for 2021, since we still under MCO, only 2 programs, internal and through online. For internal program, PSA distribute food to all students that stay at hostel, and year Ramadans, PSH invites Ustad from Ustad Muhammad Rizan from Pusat Islam to give talk for Ramadan slot. Next, for PSA 2022 activity, we successfully organized 4 program, which is retreat, CSR Baju Raya, Bakat Muda Sezaman, and Perwiraran. So for retreat PSA Norma Baharu 3.0, we held at CPS, organized by meetings at CPS for brainstorming idea to organize program for 2022, and directly we get advice from Dr. Azizi. Next, during Ramadan, we get the opportunity to organize CSR, which is we buy baju raya for a child in selected orphan. Next, we continue organize annually program Bakat Muda Sezaman 5.0 at Auditorium Postgraduate, and last program for last year is Perwiraran 2022. So for our planning activities for PSA 2023, so we start retreat PSA on March 2023. Then we also planning for CSR at rural area. Next, we will organize fun run 2023 at Sandakan. And still we continues the annually program for Bakat Muda Sezaman 6.0. And last on November, we are planning for seminar for postgraduate student.
So for this year, we are looking for new committee members to join our team. As you can see on the right side, we have our organizational charts. So we still need for postgraduate students to take several positions on these positions. So I encourage all postgraduate students to apply, because now we are open until the deadline until 28th of this month. So probably the interview session will be on next month, 7th of March. So and I'm happy to share a little bit about information about our GREAT program, and I hope that all of you get an opportunity to explore a little bit more on our website, join our Facebook, and also we have our Instagram. So if you are interested to join PSA, so please come join us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the briefing about PSA, Ms. Carla and Ms. Diana. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we have come to an end of the postgraduate university briefing today. I'm Herlina, and I'm on behalf of the university and CPS. We are very pleased to extend our gratitude and appreciation to each and every one of you for staying online with us for the entire day. Best wishes for your postgraduate life, and do not forget to explore all your potential as well as discover everything that life has to offer you. Good luck and see you around. Thank you very much.